Hello, 5th grade friends. Welcome to Lesson 2 of Force and Motion. In our Lesson 2, we are going to be focusing on Newton's 3 laws, what they are, and some examples. So our goal is I can explain what Newton's 3 laws of motion are. In our last lesson, we went over what force and motion are, the very beginning, easy topics of what we're going to discuss. Force, we know, is a push or a pull on an object that causes it to move or stop or change direction. Some examples were kicking a ball, opening the oven door to take a takeout, and swinging back and forth. Today, we have some new words that we're going to learn. On your student activity packet, these are on page 5. Pause this video to type in your answers in your student activity packet. Our first vocabulary word is the word friction. Friction is a force that slows down an object when it rubs up against another object. Our second word is the word gravity. We've heard this word before. Gravity is the natural force that pulls objects towards the earth. It's what keeps us attached to the ground. Pause now and type your definitions into your lesson page on page 5 of your student activity packet. Our next 3 words are acceleration. Acceleration means to change the speed at which something is moving. Things can accelerate, which means they go faster, or decelerate, which means that they go slower. Our next word is the word velocity. The velocity is what we describe the speed and direction of an object. So not just how fast it's going, but how fast and what direction. So you could say, I was driving at 20 miles an hour north, or I turned and ran to the right. So I'm saying the speed and direction. And our last word for today's example is the word inertia. This is spelled kind of funny, but it's pronounced inertia. Inertia is an object's resistance to change its motion. And that we're going to cover today, what inertia is and how we see it. Please pause again to type these definitions into your student activity packet. All right, friends, now that we've had some vocabulary, we're going to jump into today's lesson. This is a picture of Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was a scientist who lived in the 1600s, and his science, the thing that he studied, was the way that things moved, what caused them to move, how did they move, why did they move. And he came up with 3 laws or rules that are very famous rules to help to describe why things move or how things move. In your Google Classroom, you have links to 3 videos. These 3 videos are video examples of each of Newton's laws. The first one is called inertia. That's that big word that we talked about. So you'll watch this video, Newton's first law, inertia. There's also a little game you can play when you finish. In your student notebook, you also have on page 5, Newton's first law. Please pause the video as you watch and fill in the words that apply to Newton's first law. When you're finished, you'll watch Newton's second law, acceleration. That's this one with the pinball. There's also an example for you to go back and answer some questions to review this. And the notes for this page are on page 6 of your student activity packet. And lastly, there's Newton's third law, which is action and reaction. Newton's third law is on page 7 of your student activity packet. As you watch the videos, pause and take notes. Well, friends, that's all I have for you today. Watch those videos, and I'll be ready to see you in Zoom soon so that we can play a fun game with Newton's laws. Don't forget to do your journal and your reflection activity, which are on page 7 of your student activity packet. Great job, 5th graders.